The barrage of new products continues, and today is no exception. We're going to look at brand new products from both Victoria Beckham Beauty and Givenchy. Today with me, Rebecca. I am a fashion and beauty editor who has worked for more than 20 years in the trenches with some of the biggest names in the industry, following them around, shadowing them, ghostwriting for them, writing reviews, working on their websites, and learning from the best. I'm not a makeup artist, I'm just a writer, but I am bringing my knowledge of the industry right here to Not Fit for Print Beauty so that you have a sort of digital beauty magazine to look through every day or so here on YouTube. All right, we're going to get started with these products, but I do want to remind you it's Mother's Day coming up. Nobody here forgot their mother. Who would do that? I am a mother, and I hope I am not forgotten. I would like to do something where I bring my mother back for Mother's Day. We did that last year. You know my mother. She'll tell you like it is. She's a little bit caustic, but I think I'll bring my mom back on. We need to probably do that, I think, for Mother's Day. But I do want to talk to you. You know it's Mother's Day, so you know what I'm going to talk to you about. Rose Forever New York. They've created, just give me a moment here. Just let me tell you that for Mother's Day, they've created a code just for me and just for you guys, and it is $20 off. None of these percentages, just knock $20 off the top when you use the code RebeccaMD. No, I'm not a doctor. MD is Mother's Day. RebeccaMD Mother's Day, that's what that stands for. RebeccaMD will get you $20 off this beautiful bouquet. Look at this. These are white roses in a beautiful black velvet square, but I am such a fan of their flowers. So these are Forever Roses, Rose Forever New York. These are real roses, beautifully scented, very soft. These aren't dried flowers. They're real roses preserved, and they last. Rose Forever New York says a year. I am telling you, they last for longer. They have always been had a marked presence on my set from almost day one. This brand has worked with me. They are not paying me to say this. I am just telling you about it because I love the brand, and they send me these beautiful roses, and I'm so grateful and appreciative. I have two bouquets on my set right now with the pink roses, and downstairs on my dining room table, I've got some white roses. I've got some red ones left from Valentine's Day that are gorgeous, but also peruse the site. I mean, use your $20 off and peruse the site. You can get candles and room fragrances, all sorts of different assortments in every color. I mean, you can get any color you want, any amount, any shape. This is a square box that I showed you today, but there's round and, like I said, different shapes. There's singles in little vases. So pretty. Don't forget your mother. Give her the gift of roses, but make them last all year long with Rose Forever New York, my buddies over there. And remember that RebeccaMD will get you $20, just hack $20 off the price. All that will be down below with the code repeated for you, and that you can click on it to get over to their site. You know I adore them, and they've always been such great support to my channel, and they perfume my set. They're absolutely beautiful. Okay, so today we're about to go right into the demo right now, but I'll tell you what we're going to be looking at. We have to celebrate Victoria Beckham's birthday, they have released a limited edition. We'll talk about what limited edition really means. Lip Definer Trio for $86, limited edition. You get 3 lip shades. One is the shade number 2, which has existed previously in Victoria Beckham's collection, but the other, they've added a 1.5 and a 2.5, slightly lighter, slightly deeper than the shade 2. We are going to look at these outside in the warm California sunshine and do 2 different lip looks with them that are apparently Victoria Beckham approved. This is her makeup line. They are always very carefully edited, and generally they will tell you what Victoria Beckham herself wears. These were created for her birthday and are supposedly her preferred looks. Shade 2 was always touted as her favorite shade of all the lip liners, so we've got that. The other thing we've got is something you guys have been asking me to see. It's new-ish, new enough to still be counted as new. I just didn't get it when it first came on the scene. I grabbed it at the Sephora sale, and that is the Givenchy Prisme Libre Blurring and Color Correcting Matte Pressed Powder. This guy comes in 6 shades and is $59, and I'm going to tell you what shade I got and all sorts of good stuff about it, and I am actually currently wear testing it right now. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the demo. Make sure that you guys follow me on all the socials. And I do mean all the socials, from TikTok and Facebook to Instagram, so that you can follow and learn more. And don't forget that we do have a membership here on YouTube for $4.99 a month, but it gets you weekly lives and playbacks if you can't make the lives. And we do have some good gossip and good fun over there talking about the makeup industry. All right, let's go ahead to the demo and dive into these brand new products. So really, I'm exclusively wearing Victoria Beckham Beauty products in this video, except for the fact that I did use for the foundation a little bit of this Milk Hydro. This it's a really nice foundation if you're kind of happen to be in the market for a little bit of a glowier foundation. These glowy foundations never looked that glowy on me, but I did it on purpose because we're going to use the powder. You know, I haven't been wearing a lot of makeup. I've been wearing just kind of color corrector because I'm really enjoying my Guerlain skincare. I keep mentioning that. A lot of you have been asking me about it. I do have a video on that. I'll put it at the end of this video. Okay, so I thought this would be a better, better way to show the powder off. This powder is so pretty. So this is the Givenchy Prisme Libre Blurring and Color Correcting Matte Pressed Powder. Yes, I had to read that off a piece of paper because, good luck. We'll just call it the pressed powder from Givenchy. How about that? This is such beautiful packaging, you guys. Not only does it come with its own brush, which I'm not sure I'm really going to use. I kind of like the brushes I brought over better, but it fits in. It fits into this little pocket here, so that's really cute. And then this, so it really keeps it from being dirty and just sitting in the powder. And then you open that there and we have 4 shades. And the way these work is I suppose you could use them individually, but even the brand says mix them all together, and they're color correcting. So this is, this comes in 6 shades, but this is the number 3 shade, and it's it's really for fairer skin than I have, to be honest, but I couldn't really decide what I wanted, which one. But this one is going to blend pores and blemishes and imperfections while setting makeup. So I thought it would be helpful if I had a little bit of a glowier foundation on. I don't know how glowy it's looking on camera, but I thought it might help with it, especially because we'll do one side and the other side. This is a $59 product, and again, there's 6 different shade choices. But really, you're supposed to. You could use this brush. I'm gonna use my own. I brought over some Sonia G brushes, and we have a little bit of a flowery scent. So please be aware. It's going to dissipate. It's already really dissipating with the cover open here, but I do want you to know that as you initially apply it to the face, you will get a little bit of a whiff of that. Again, I forgive these French houses because they're like basically perfume houses, so I get it. They're gonna have perfumey scent. So let's do one side of the face and see what we think. 2 Sonia G brushes with these beautiful little painterly tips on them. So I'm gonna swirl. And I'm going to do what I normally would do for powder. I'm not a big powder person. I normally do under the eyes, which does need to be set. I will often do the eyelids themselves. Yes, it's floral scented, but that's okay. Then I will do the T-zone. I'm trying to do just one side here. And then, haven't touched this eye. I'm going to go in with a bigger brush here, again, Sonia G. And let's just swirl around and set the foundation. This is not my normal powder, but for this video, I have very normal skin. It's not even normal to dry, it's just normal. So there we go. That should take away a little bit of that shine, and if you are a shiny guy or girl, you're going to rely on a powder. So here we go. This side of the face is powdered, including under the eye. I'll get a little bit more of too around the nose and get it in there. Okay. This side, nothing. Can you tell a difference? I wasn't so shiny to begin with, but not sure if you can tell a difference there. That side is set, and setting it will make it last longer. And let me take a look in my own mirror here. Well, I definitely see that there's less shine. I prefer the side with more shine. Again, for demonstration purposes, I powdered the whole face. Left to my own devices, I would do the T-zone and under the eye and around the nose and not the cheeks. But I just did that for this video. All right, I'm going to speed it up and do the other side, and we'll see how it looks. So we have both sides now powdered. And that will certainly mattify the face. Not generally, as I said, my preferred look, but for our purposes here. Does it color correct? I guess. It's just a nice little powder for me to use under the eyes. And I think it's nice. And if it's got any color correcting properties whatsoever to it, I'm certainly not going to turn them away. But I did want you to know there's a little bit of a scent. It's actually quite pleasant. It's almost like baby powder light type scent to it. I don't know if that turned you off hearing that, but yeah, I mean, I think that's nice. And I'll let it go a few hours and we'll see how it is. And in fact, it's going to be days. I'm buried under so many new products. So it'll be a while till I actually edit this. So I'm going to put right here, I got a black shirt on, so it'll show up in white letters, how long I wore it and if it caked or lasted. Let's see. I mean, right now it looks good. I have a little bit of highlighter on. It's showing through. Not a bad choice and super pretty. Nice, pretty compact, and the way it's housed is really nice. So not a bad product at all, especially if you like Givenchy, you want to take something chic out of your bag, and you enjoy a nice pressed powder. I kind of like loose powder. Why? I don't know. And it turns out they say that pressed powder is really for oilier skin. So maybe that's why I've always liked a loose powder. But as far as pressed powders go, I think that's a very nice one. I do prefer a loose powder. That's just me. But, you know, just trying them out. Okay, so let's talk about our Victoria Beckham Beauty limited edition lip definer trio. It's $86. Now, I don't quite know, and maybe my research isn't stellar here, I don't quite know what's limited edition, the trio for $86 or these new shades. So let's talk about it. Then we're going to try 2 different lip looks, not 3, and I'll explain why. So, okay, $86 limited edition comes with 3 shades. They're all right here, and a sharpener. A little sharpener came with it. It's funny, in my last video on the Charlotte Tilbury new eye pencils, I was bragging about the beautiful tip I got. And somebody was saying, well, what's the tip? You never shared it. I felt so bad. I meant the tip on the pencil, the eye pencil. It's going to be the lip pencil here. You know, the factory point tip. I felt bad. She thought I had just forgotten to give my tip. That was my fault. I misspoke. Not the viewer's fault. My fault. Okay. So I'm not sure what's limited edition here. See, there's one shade. Shade 2 has been with all of Victoria Beckham's lip liners the entire time. But she's added 2 new shades. She's added a 1.5, and then a little darker than the 2, she's added a 2.5. I don't know if eventually the 1.5 and 2.5 will be sold separately, and it's just the trio that's limited edition for $86, or if the whole thing, if those 2 new shades are going to evaporate as well. I'm not quite sure, and I think maybe the brand doesn't mind that I'm not quite sure of that, right? Shade 2 was always touted as Victoria Beckham's favorite shade that she used all the time. And what I kind of do like about the brand is they'll highlight actually what Victoria Beckham likes to wear. If you noticed, they'll like kind of highlight around, they'll kind of circle around a certain shade, and it will tell you that that's Victoria Beckham's shade. I was laughing because I saw they're $150, so I'm not going to indulge, but I wish I could. There's these super cute graphic tees that she's selling through her fashion line that have like Victoria Beckham sayings on it. Do you remember the special she did? Was it on Amazon or Netflix with David Beckham? Where he brought up that her father drove a Rolls Royce. And so it says, my father drove a Rolls Royce. And another one says, be honest. Another one says, David's wife, which I think would be hilarious if you are married to a David. My brother's David. I should get it for his wife. But at any rate, they were super cute. One of them said, I'm smiling on the inside. Because, you know, Victoria Beckham doesn't really smile, so she doesn't wrinkle up her face. She's an interesting, iconic character. Those t-shirts actually were so cute. And I checked the price kind of like this because I really wanted one. But they're $150. So I'm not going to indulge. But they are adorable. Okay, so these are supposedly her preferred lip looks. The reason we're going to do 2 lip looks is forever ago I reviewed these lip liners. When I say forever ago, I mean forever ago. So I don't need to review 2 because it's an existing shade. Let me show you what these shades look like. They are so similar and they're only off by half a shade. So let me take it outside into the warm California sunshine. left to right, we have the new shade 1.5, the existing shade 2 in the lip liner, and then the new shade 2.5. New and limited edition or just new? I don't know. And what they have done, take a look at those. You got to see them in the sun, you guys, because otherwise you might not be able to tell them apart. There's definite differences, but they're really kind of a warm brownish shade. And we've seen 2 before, and I've worn 2. So let's play with 1.5 and 2.5 because those are really the new ones. There are some suggested looks on the page. If you like Victoria Beckham Beauty, you will be happy to know that I've got another Victoria Beckham Beauty video coming within the next few days because they finally released that Bordeaux mascara. And I'm going to try it and do a whole Bordeaux eye look with it. So we will be revisiting. And I can, if you have a lip look that you want with one of these pencils that I don't do here, you can request it for that video down below or over on Instagram or whatever. Okay. All right. So here's the suggested looks. With the 1.5, she suggests her Fleur Balm. I like the Victoria Beckham Balms, but I don't have it in Fleur. That's the light pink. It seems kind of a waste of money. And then the shade Spark, her lipstick shade over the top. So let's do that first, and then we'll take it off and try the look they suggest with the 2.5. So here is the 1.5. I am going to line my lips, and they suggest to line only. So I'll speed it up. Okay, let me give you a nice close-up. Okay, that is the new shade 1.5. Normally she would put on a little bit of a pink balm just to get you to buy the Fleur shade. I don't own it, not going to buy it. But you can also add your own pinkish kind of balm, waxy balm. The great thing about these pencils is they're a little bit harder. They're certainly harder than her eye pencils. Why? Well, you want a little bit of a wax to your lip liner because that's what prevents lipstick from bleeding. So these are really good old-fashioned wooden, kind of waxy, slightly need a little bit of a warm-up to use a pencil. And it's nice because that is what keeps the lip shade in. Okay, so this is what they recommend. This is the shade Spark in the Posh lipstick. And this is the look. You can see the liner. This is the look that Victoria Beckham supposedly is partial to. What do you think? That's really pretty, isn't it? Yeah, I like that a lot. That actually is quite pretty. They're saying she puts a little bit of a balm underneath it. You don't need that. Listen to me. You don't need that. All right, and then I want to do, we know the shade 2.0, but if you need to see it more, just let me know. I do comparisons and stuff over on Instagram. I'm happy to do that for you. Okay, what I'm going to do is go off camera really quickly to take off this lip look, and then we'll do the look they suggest, a really sparkly, shiny look with the 2.5. I'm just doing what they suggest on the website. I thought that would be fun. Okay, stay right there. Good luck telling these shades apart. You could probably see them and tell them apart when I took you outside into the sunshine, but honestly, good luck. I keep looking at them and trying to read them. Okay, so the 2.5 shade, the website suggests that you do the entire lip and then cover it up with their clear gloss. They call it Ice. So let's do that. Okay, there it is, just lined. And now we'll fill it in. I'll tell you this much, there's some marketing geniuses over there at Victoria Beckham Beauty. I'd forgotten, it's been a while since I'd pulled out these liners. I like a good liner with a gloss. It's really a look I tend to favor when I do a neutral lip. You know, lately I've been doing such red lips, but it's a look I tend to favor. And in doing this, they're pushing us to kind of rediscover it. It's kind of genius, really. Okay, these are real brown, aren't they? I'd forgotten about how brown these liners go. Really nude, neutral brown. Okay, and then they suggest their Posh Gloss in Ice over the top. I'm bringing this out for you so as not to embarrass myself. Usually this is the one I use on bare lips. See how pretty it is? It's all pristine. And the one I use when I already have something on my lips is mucky looking and kind of pink, and I'm too embarrassed to bring it on camera. So I will muck up my pristine one for the sake of the channel. Ah, it's mucked. It's okay. It had to happen sometime. This is like those white tennis shoes that you would wear to school and your friends would step on. So there's the look they recommend that they also claim, I don't see really why they have any reason to lie, is a favorite from Victoria Beckham herself. David's wife, as the t-shirt proclaims. That's really pretty. These are for our minimalists, you know. Victoria Beckham Beauty is really quite a minimalist brand, you know. Pretty skin, smoky eye, and, you know, really simple lip. Nude or red. So what do you think? Very, very pretty. And it kind of made me retry and rediscover her lip pencils, which I've always liked. Now, in terms of the Givenchy, again, let me put down again how long I wear it and if it wore it and if it caked or anything like that. Looks like it's keeping everything underneath it fairly crease-free, but I will absolutely let you know. I think a really pretty, pretty look. Check it out. I don't know how limited edition the Victoria Beckham pencils are actually going to be, but they're very pretty. For those of you that say $86 for 3 lip pencils, they can keep them. Okay, yeah, but it's luxury, you know, so that's the cost here. And this is luxury as well, $59. But if luxury doesn't float your boat, if you like more mid-level stuff, I've got some MAC and some Fenty coming up this week as well. So make sure that you check those out. And also make sure that you're subscribed, like, and share. Check out down below in the description bar for where to purchase or peruse. And where I can, I'll stick it up here in YouTube shopping. So nice. You can click on it and still watch the video and all of that good stuff. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.